Battle of Blood Mountain was a very bloody battle during the Monster War. We were camped out towards the base of the mountain, trying to use it as a defensive backing, because we believed the enemy was going to approach from the south. So we were on the southern slopes of the mountain, facing downward. What we didn't expect was for them to crest the mountain on the other side. Our intel was very, very incorrect. But when you're fighting a war against monsters that are historically very good at hiding, it's hard to get accurate details as far as troop placement and whatnot. So we were camping out, and we were waiting when one of the rear guard. Thank God we decided to place a rear guard. Rear guard shouted, "They're upon us!" And we're like, "All right, where?" And they're like, "To the north." We're like, "The mountain?" We look up, and sure as shit, there they are, coming down the hill. It was a cavalry charge. All their unicorns that they had, and their unicorns coming down the hill, and it's really hard to defend against unicorns even on level ground. But when they're coming from the high ground, when you've got the low ground and they're charging into you, it's a nightmare. So they breached the perimeter, and they're ripping through the tents, and they're just slaughtering our guys left and right. And I was jumping up and trying to decapitate them, and I'm jumping from unicorn to unicorn with my saber, slicing unicorn heads off, and I misjudged the distance to the one and ended up taking the horn right to my left knee, and it completely went through and through. And the force of my incredibly strong, mighty, muscly leap towards the unicorn, coupled with the fact that its horn was now lodged in the bone of my knee, actually snapped the horn off of its head and brought it to the ground, and I then pummeled it to death with my fists. They say that when you have a wound that goes through and through, you shouldn't remove it, or otherwise you bleed to death. So I went and I took a rock and I snapped the tip off the unicorn horn, and I was using that as a small short sword, because unicorn horns, everybody thinks that it's just like a little horn. Now these things are a solid, like 3 feet long. Sometimes you get a good mature unicorn, and so it was right up basically to the base of the horn where it went in my knee. So I had snapped off a good solid, like 2-foot section of horn, and I was using that to fight off some of the swamp things and Draculas and when werewolves and Bigfoots came down after the cavalry charge.